Both countries launched new strikes as the conflict entered an 11th day. Israel has expanded the scope of its attacks, warning Iranians its troops will continue attacking military sites around their capital in the coming days. Iran's government reiterated the U.S. will receive a firm response, and the weekend strikes have given Tehran a free hand to act against American interests. Smoke was seen rising over Tehran early Monday. Israel's defense ministry reported its targets were deep inside the capital. Weighing a response, Iran's government says all options are on the table.
Iran reaffirms its inherent right to self-defense and will strongly defend its great nation, its sovereignty, and its supreme national interests by all necessary means.
And the day after President Trump raised the prospect of a regime change, the White House insisted its position has not changed.
The president's posture and our military posture has not changed. The president was just simply raising a question that I think many people around the world are asking. Why shouldn't the Iranian people rise up against this brutal terrorist regime? That's a question the president raised last night.
American forces bombed 3 nuclear sites in Operation Midnight Hammer Saturday. Trump declared the facilities were obliterated, but the extent of damage and whether Iran retained some nuclear capability remained unclear. The remote mountainside uranium enrichment plant at Fordow was hit again today, this time by Israel.
Given the explosive payload utilized and the extreme vibration-sensitive nature of centrifuges, very significant damage is expected to have occurred.
The U.S. also struck Natanz and Isfahan south of Tehran. The Kremlin, which has stayed on the sidelines since Israel's June 13 surprise assault, said today Russia is ready to help Iran. In a strong show of support, Iran's top diplomat met with Vladimir Putin, who called the U.S. actions absolutely unprovoked aggression. While the world awaits Iran's next move, the Department of Homeland Security issued an alert warning of cyber attacks and those by terrorist proxies.
Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, they are significantly weakened. So I think they will increase their pressure on Israel, but I don't know how much capability Iran really has. They are becoming isolated.
I think the immediate threat, of course, is to the 40,000 U.S. troops in the region, because, of course, the militias in Iraq are still active. Degraded does not mean down and out.
Iran could also attempt to disrupt shipping by closing the Strait of Hormuz. About 20% of the world's oil and gas flows through there. That was a top concern during today's meeting of EU foreign ministers in Brussels. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Levitt told reporters this morning it would be foolish for Iran to make that decision. President Trump is meeting with his national security team this afternoon. Back to you.
All right, Judy, you can always follow the latest developments out of the Middle East on our website, WGNTV.com, and of course, stream us anywhere at WGN+.